Hello everyone, Speedy Man here. We are back with our Civilization 6 Ramses II part of our series. So we are on episode 5 now, but I wanted to go ahead and just do a nice live stream. Of course, it may not be as long of a live stream for this particular one, it might be a little bit shorter, but we shall hopefully see if we can get this wrapped up this episode. We are in a good spot with the Culture Victor, as you can see here. We are now taking the lead there, and we have rock bands, and as if you were able to watch our most recent ones, we have had some incredible success with our rock band, particularly this poor fella that's stuck over here. Finally at the end here, they got pushed out by borders, and yeah, so unfortunately we had an incredible run come to an end with that Cold Spiders rock band. But hopefully some of these other rock bands that I'm going to be having come up will take the mantle, help bring us over the finish line. Did get Renaissance walls, so in our position, the reason why walls are so important is right here. Because we have steel now, most of our cities either have completed or are working on their last available iteration of walls, which is basically meaning that we're just getting a lot of this stuff sorted out so that way we're in a good spot. That being said, though, we do need to go ahead and try to get some friendships and everything kind of back up and running. That way we can build alliances. For instance, we are going to maintain the religious alliance with Tamar. I do not want my religion being attacked by hers. By us having ours protected here, that's actually really good because it just allows us to maintain pressure here. Also keeps this city loyal. Some of these other cities are going to be tough to keep in the long term. I'm going to have to work on getting population here, so eventually this city here, I can go ahead and I will just simply spend a little gold. I will buy that and then bring a trade route down to one of our better highly populated cities like Akatakan, and that'll allow me to get some value there in that city, get that city growing a little bit more, get some population and housing going. That's going to give us more loyalty pressure in these little cities. And the more cities we have, the easier it'll be for us to develop our culture. I mean, these are cities that have fully built theater squares. Tamar did a ton of the work already, getting some of these cities here. And some of these cities have some pretty good infrastructure that's going to allow us to continue building our pressure. Now, that being said, what we do want to do is we want to go ahead and use some of our faith that we'll have available soon. And we're going to need to convert this city over so that way we could use that holy site. It's a very good holy site, but we're going to want to use that holy site. So that way we could really start spreading our religion more, and while we're doing that, also get ourselves a little bit more faith output. That's just going to keep our faith kind of just going along a little bit, and just keep us in a good spot. Alright. Let's see here. Getting ready to get our game properly going. Now that we've done our overview, just wanted to go over a couple things. Let's just check something on my phone, and then we can really get right along. Now, with these rock bands, we are wanting to be careful with how we push them. They do have glam rock, so we'll be going into some of these other opponents and working our way through that. Okay. So with a position like this, what we're going to want to do is we are going to need to go to Shaka. Primarily, we need to go to Shaka. That's the main goal. The reason for that is he is the largest competitor. We have already pretty much gone heavily through most of the lands here with Nubia. However, we do want to do some more spreading there, potentially trying to get a lot of these rock bands immediately over there. You can see that we already extended our movements, but we will be doing that, getting further down to Shaka's lands, and then just absolutely, like, hopefully dump trucking culture. That would be ideal. That would put us in a really, really strong spot. We're going to go ahead and actually, while we're at it though, since this city here has a lot of the things that we need, Akatakan's a very, very good city. I mean, 19 population, and these yields are extremely beneficial for us. You can see here we have some very good overall yields. It's a good city. It's a good city. This wouldn't be too bad. It's not going to provide us a lot of benefit, however, it would give us a touch of potential tourism. Could do that, actually, because then once we get to 20 population eventually, we're going to need to get some population growth back. It's pretty bad right now, but we could actually get a lot of additional yields long term, so that's something we can consider. Let's do that. It's going to give us another trade route. Factory would be good, although this would be better. 2 and 2. So make it a 2 and 4. Should be 2 and 4. Yep. Okay. So that's good. We are over 1,000 culture in this game. So taking a look at our overall position, this is our setup now. We have a very, very advanced late game setup, and that is one that I'm very happy with. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get started on a stadium. It wouldn't hurt to just get ourselves a little bit more tourism output. In this particular city, we can see we have linguists as well as rocket scientists. This is really good for us. We are going to disrupt rocketry. That is priority number 1. We want to be trying to destroy those if we can. Just makes it safer for us in the long term. Absorbs the city-state into your empire. Grants you 10 loyalty per turn. Not a bad thing, but we're going to need to kind of think about where we want to go for it. Auckland did get restored. Getting Auckland wouldn't hurt, because it would be tough for us to maintain loyalty up because of the proximity to everybody. It would force this city to be less loyal. I need to give that a think. I already have 2 put in, so I don't have very much investment. It's not very expensive for me if I were to convert that into our city. It would, I would say it definitely would benefit me a little bit because of Shaka. So with Shaka having less presence, that's going to mean basically his factories and stuff aren't going to be as good. So that could actually be a strategy. I am going to go ahead and do that. Screw it. Let's go ahead and head on over there. That's the only city-state I really would want to take, to be absolutely honest. Alright. One more thing. Alright, there we go. So the main thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and get these rock bands down south. The earlier we can do that and faster we can do that, the better of a position we will have. So let's go ahead and also renew some of these alliances. It would be good for us to have these alliances. It would just give us a little bit of a better position. Potential eruption, a good thing that doesn't actually impact us at all, although it was right by us, but not a problem. Alright. So we do have our trade routes available. What I'm going to do is go for a food trade route just to get the city up to population and give it some good yields in the long term. Yeah, that's fine. It's a pretty good city with our capital there, so I'm not going to have a problem with that. We're going to go ahead and make our way down here. You can see here, Dhaka is a long ways away, so we do want to get over there as soon as we can. Then we'll go all the way down. Go there. This will put us in a pretty good spot. These will be a few turns away from really getting activated fully. but this will be pretty good for us. What we're going to do is we are going to get another alliance going. Actually, not with Shaka. Not with Shaka. That's right. I need to avoid doing that with Shaka because he is going for the science victory. That would circumvent that. So Shaka and a Monotori. A Monotori eventually will be a target for that, but for now, I'm not really too concerned. I mean, the Monotori's further behind in the science victory. They're both, if they eventually get to the point where they have Exoplanet Expedition and they're already like really that far advanced, by then I should be very, very close to the victory, and I should be able to like close it out before the 50 turns at maximum get procced. So we're fine. We can see here with the 91 turns right now, we are proccing the victory condition again. We are quite a ways away from actually getting it, but this is just the game's way of showing that, hey, you know, you guys are very close to winning. You're getting closer to that process, and we'll go there. What I would do, and just thinking about which alliance is going to make sense, I think economic is fine. Actually, let me first get open borders. Actually, that would be smart. Open borders would be very good. Nobody wants open borders. Okay, fair enough. I was thinking somebody would have, but that's fine. Let's go back. Economic. We'll do that. That's a pretty solid alliance. Theodora, I will do a cultural alliance with you. And Teddy, you'll have a military alliance. Just because you're Teddy. How many places can we fill up that we haven't already? We have an art museum available, so we can do some theming work there if we wanted to. We have landscape, so we need more landscapes. And we have that as well. So these are portrait pieces. If I could get that, that would be pretty solid. I would say it would be pretty ideal if we can end up picking that up. Just getting more portrait pieces would give us a bit more flexibility, because we do already have some portrait pieces here available. It's a little bit further to the left, I think it is. Right here. We have portrait piece, portrait. So we have a couple here that we can match up, as well as we do have another one here. So, and then we have these three here. We can actually mix and match them up a little bit, and that will actually spread the position out pretty nicely. So we'll be able to get that going. So that's good. We'll have potentially 2 more themed theaters to work with, and that'll boost our overall tourism output by a nice little bit. Not a lot, but it's enough to be a factor. Oh, hello, I see somebody has joined the stream. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. Chat is open, so if you... another person's joined. Welcome. Just so you know, the chat is open for all people to be able to chat. I originally had a subscription-only kind of like a system for it. I'm just going to kind of lift that for a while, just until we get to enough of a point where we have a larger audience. That way it's a little bit easier of an incentive for people to be able to talk and chat and just not feel like they have to subscribe if they're not ready to. We have a lot of cultural output, so we're good there. We're at 1,055. That's a major flood. That is giving some good yields, though, I will admit. That is... Oh, wow.
Engineering. I never think of it.
Hold on, just one little minute there. I got flooded with some of these tiles. So nice. Okay, so where we last left off with the previous episode, we were making some considerations for where we want to kind of place down a setup for the biosphere. There's, I think, one spot further up somewhere. I think up here that we were working on. Let's see here. We already have a garden. We just need to unlock biosphere, which is a little ways away. It's right here. So once we have biosphere, the reason I'm going for this is because it's going to provide us tourism equal to the power output, which will be then that power output is already being doubled for all renewables, basically. So what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to just really heavily amplify the amount of like tourism output passively that we have, and that's going to put us in a really, really strong spot. So that's kind of my goal there. So I'm thinking that spot there is going to be perfect. We'll just have to chop that, unfortunately. It's a nice tile, but we can make it a little bit better by filling in a lot of these places throughout our empire with tons and tons of renewables. Oh, you did close borders for that as well? Oil site under construction that has oil. Okay, so we're actually getting passive oil by a good amount. That's not bad. Oil power plants are definitely not bad. Let's see here. Percentage amount of oil and power for cities. Rate of 1 oil is equal to 4 power. Production bonus extended to all city centers within 6 tiles. Okay. That's not bad. Only problem is I'm kind of waiting until we could potentially have a nuclear plant, because that would be a little bit better for us. But we shall see. We have a couple governor titles available. We already have our fully maxed out Alza Minervas, so we're good there. I would say what we want to do is kind of think about what else is available that's going to be useful for us. We do have quite a ways until the next era starts. However, we are going to want to go ahead and try to get some era scores. So one easy way to do that is, let's see here. He's already done, so that's good. I'll put him here just to keep that city loyal. The things that we could do, we could probably build a couple wonders before the end of the episode. I do need to see if we can get a great engineer that would help us. But we're in a good spot, though, otherwise. So we're going to go ahead and get space tourism. That tourism reduction from other players, or towards other players, rather, is very, very, very powerful. That's going to provide us a big benefit, because what it's going to do is it's going to allow us to basically nerf the AI, and that's going to give us a little bit of an advantage. It's not a lot, but 20% does make a difference. We're going to have to go east, it looks like. So this is fine. The delay, but if the other AI are going to be blocking things off, we're going to just have to basically work around that. You can see some theater squares kind of sprinkled around the empires here. We're just going to do that to give them a chance to get XP. Do not anticipate our land positioning being blocked the way the AI is blocking it. It is what it is. I mean, that's just kind of sometimes how it goes. But unfortunately, it did delay us a bit, so we're just going to have to work with that. Us slowing down their rocketry setups, though, with their spaceports is good for us, though, because that's basically going to allow us and buy us time. So the opponents that are going for the science victory are going to be slowed down by a good bit. Shaka is the main priority, and then once we get Shaka slowed down with some of those spaceports, we're going to shift our focus over to Nubia again, take out our spaceports. Hopefully by then they will lift their music censorships, and then we'll be able to be able to have a position that we can then try to be aggressive with that. So we'll see where we can go. We need to send a trade out to America. So let's see here. One is not available here, so I will have to look for one elsewhere. So let's... America is far to the east. So... and comes here, that cuts over there. I'll go ahead and send a trade route down that path. That one is fine for me. 4 turns until exit is imperative. We will be getting access to space wars, and that will benefit us. I'm amazed that's still where it is. Ooh. Another two. Everybody's putting music censorship. That is so dumb. And they're all doing that at the same time to try to counteract. That's annoying. Let's go ahead and steal that great work just for the heck of it. Well, for now, Germany hasn't done censorship yet, so it's not looking terribly bad, but We are actually going to be getting that city soon, so that's really solid. That's a great thing for us. Let's see here. Just gonna have to bring you eastbound at this point, and then just you work your way through these other cities just to produce tourism. Even if it's specifically to the other opponents, it's just gonna provide tourism regardless. Let's see here. Akatakan's got another trade route, so what we can do is look for what's going to give us the most potential yields. And that right there is a great route. For the purposes of what we're looking for, that's great. Keeps our culture output pretty solid. We're at 320 science output, so I mean, we're not bad. Again, not being a science-focused setup for our civilization, it's really not bad at all. I'm quite happy with this, though. Adagara is losing population, so I will need to address that. I'm gonna bring that back to this city. That'll bring us back to positive. Still 5, so that's fine. We got our population growth that we needed. That city's looking okay, so I'm not too concerned. Did delay our process by a turn. I didn't realize I still had a promotion. I just wasn't paying attention to that, unfortunately, so that was a bit of a mistake. It's a turn wasted. Technically, kind of supposed to do. Ben's not in a bad spot, but I would like to do some stuff here. Has to be next to a market. Unfortunately, our market's out of the way, so we can't do anything there. Let's see here. At this point, looks like Theater Square Festivals is probably just going to be the main focus in that city. At least for the foreseeable future. Yeah, that Great Merchant's okay. So okay, Korolev, this would be a good one for us to block. Zulu is priming to get it, but the thing is if we block him from getting it, that's a really big benefit for us. It costs us a crap ton of gold, but it does save us the potential for us actually having to worry about Shaka getting a big boost. So that may be a blocking method that we have to consider. Theater Square Festivals, we're just going to have to keep plucking away at those and do more of those. This position's looking good otherwise, but we're just going to have to kind of just really play into our Theater Square Festivals as well as we can. Just going to give us more tourism, or rather just more culture output, which eventually translates to more tourism as well. So it's not bad. This one is unable to move. Maybe there. Nubia wants a military alliance. I'm not going to entertain that specifically. Ooh, that can be a problem. Menelik decides to declare war against us. It's very advanced cities. Ours are pretty weak, so...
I have always considered that the substitution of the internal combustion engine for
so
the
our
horse
embarked movement
marked a
units
very gloomy milestone in the
good.
progress of...
Another good trade route. Just gonna have them all converge to that point, because then we can spread them out. Promotions available. I would say the main thing is, let's see here. Disguise is pretty good. Gives us a high level of presence right away. That was the mistake I made there, because A little quick to choose. Before I... Oh, hello, somebody has joined the stream. Welcome to the stream. Before I go ahead and get set up here, I'm going to go ahead and take a look here. And anything specific I need. The rest of that looks good. Victor's doing fine. Moksha, I may go ahead and... Nah, actually that stuff is fine. And then, at this point, probably do that, and then we'll just do this. Looks good. 1,000-year flood. Not a bad thing for us because again we're safe from floods. Does provide us a pretty good amount of benefits though. Tamar Alliance has expired, so what we're gonna do is we are going to do this. No gold returned, that's fine. We have plenty of gold outputs. We are a-okay there. What it does is it gives us a free relic as well. It's nice to have the extra relics, just tiny little bit of science, but more importantly, just faith and tourism output. So that's going to keep us nice and posted up. We have 1,277 culture output, or tourism output return. So we're looking pretty solid there. We're going to have to really push against Shaka, though. The problem with Shaka right now is the fact that he has closed his borders to, yeah. So with music censorship, he's closed his borders to rock bands. So basically, we're kind of a little SOL there. Decent performance. Make our way over to the waters here. Once we get over there, we'll be in a good spot to get set up. Let's see here. I'm going to keep those trade routes going. Trade route to Shaka is always going to be important to maintain at least one, so we keep that benefit. Now we can go ahead and do that. That's going to be a much higher chance of success. Oh, there is a potential... Oh, this is huge. Okay, we can actually freely move a bit now. That's really helpful. Okay, here we go. And now that this particular god-tier rock band fully upgraded, album sales are through the roof, they are fully set up, we can actually kind of move around a little bit. We can go to some of these other places, develop a little bit more pressure output. We could even mayhaps go to the west here, work our way all the way around, head to Germany from this angle, get some of the Germany cities, as well as the United States. Scratch that, primarily Germany's. So it's gonna look like, let's see, we have Religious Rock, Pop Star, and Glam Rock. So, yeah, we're just gonna go over here. It's gonna be a while, but this now has the potential to give us a little bit of new life there. So that's pretty solid. So I think what we could do is work our way through this. Now, unfortunately, those delays are going to make it harder for us. The reason for that is just, again, the nature of every major competitor to us has blocked off what we need in order to push ourselves closer to the culture victory, which is a natural thing for the AI to do, of course. It's a normal thing for them to do. Oh, I have to be suzerain of it. Really? Ah. Well, that changes things. I don't really care to use this so much anymore, so I'm just going to leave that there. You are done over here. You don't really have any movement left. You go here. 4th tier, that's fine. You know, again, anything that's successful and keeps the unit alive is more important to me than anything else. That's kind of the key right there.
This,
Hello,
though best
I see
beloved,
a third
is
person
another
joining the
story
stream.
of
Welcome to the stream and glad to have you. Ooh, that succeeded. Excellent. That's massive. Let's see. You have quartermaster. You are just going to continue counter spying. Let's see. That's all spies. Okay, so what we're going to do is leave that right over here. Keeps this central area protected. We are going to look for more theater squares. Not too many, surprisingly. That's fine. Successful ones, though, are providing us a benefit, so that's good. We're gonna go here. We go there. We go there. Good. Very good. Alright. Alright, linguist and rocket scientist. So what we're gonna do is the best possible one that we could pick is right here, Ace Driver. The reason for this is so that way, besides the air score that we're getting, which we're 10 air score away from getting a normal age in the final era, ideally the final era of the game that we're going to be pushing for. It may go longer, hopefully not. But what this does is it's allowing us to get set up here. 20 faith, that's incredibly useful. Thank you so much for the 20 faith that I generate in less than a turn's worth of time. Sometimes it just can be like that. Future Civic, I would say, is the thing we're going to do. We have tons of Diplo Favor. We're going to continue saving up our Diplo Favor because of the session starting soon. If we can get some things that'll benefit us, that would be really good. Shaka is in a pretty good spot for that. We have 7, he has 12, Tamar has 12. So we need to avoid Shaka and Tamar getting a bunch of them. So that's the key there for us. Since this has been successful for this first round, that means that first spaceport is now destroyed and defunct for a significant amount of time. If I want to go ahead, and what I'll do here is have a quick look for spaceports. Another one right here that is in the... that is a pillaged one in Alindi. Good to know. There's another one in Babanango. So we're going to head our way over to Babanango next turn. We're going to start getting over there. It's going to take a little bit, but once we destroy that one, we will have most of the danger factor for a science victory taken away, specifically with Shaka. And then we'll have to work on Nubia and then take the spaceports that Nubia has down, including this one right here in Napata. So we have our work cut out for us. We do have some things we need to work on. It's going to be tricky, so we're just going to have to keep pushing. I want to say this might be the last episode, but it depends. If it looks like it's not going to end soon, we'll just kind of go to a decent point, and then we'll stop. Ideally, we get close enough to where I can make that decision. What we'll do is we are going to go ahead and put on... where is it? There it is. Space Tourism. That'll be a very, very good card for us. Gold output. I'm going to take containment off. I'm going to put this up, put Space Tourism on. And that will keep us set up. So this should reduce the tourism output of the opponents a little bit. So let's have a little quick. Let's see if this works as it should. Menelik is trying to get tourism output. Okay, so here's going to be the really kicker, important situation. before I make that decision, let me see in the quick deals tab, purchase, strategics, uranium, unavailable. So what we could do is we will have a quick look. That is unfortunate. We cannot take a quick look. That is kind of sucky. Gonna use a good bit of that material, but that's fine. Actually, no, I don't want to do that because that would be problematic. Okay, prohibits clearing of rainforest. That's good for me. Loses all their WMDs, so Shaka loses that. That's good for me. And then Tamar gains 2. Tamar could be the problem here in this case. Because Tamar is at 15, 16 now. So Tamar could just snipe a victory out of nowhere if... Wait a minute. I'm gonna send somebody over just to have a look at Tamar's stuff. I need to make sure she's not building Statue of Liberty, because that could end the game right here, right now, if she does do that. She only has a small area here, so if she does, that's gonna be pretty bad for us. And if she does get it closer to build, I may have to figure out a last-minute war to stop that. But the problem is she's our ally right now, and it's going to remain an ally for a long time. So we're very much in a bad spot for that. Oh, dude, Tamar really got a ton from that. She was saving up, unfortunately. It's kind of getting scary. It might be a sudden potential Tamar snipe the victory. That would be a bit of a shocker, actually. Okay, doesn't look like it so far. Let's do this one. That could benefit us a little bit, perhaps. Go here. Unfortunate. That's our first lost unit. That one did do well, though, so that's good. That makes up a little bit more. Still producing a good amount. We're going to have to keep pushing. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the AI have lost a lot of tourism output. So I'm going to have to kind of investigate that a little bit further. Let's go ahead and shift our focus to Babanango. There we go. Head to that, and then we'll be good. We'll take that one out, and then we'll get started on going against Nubia. Block the science victory out. Like, if they're going to block my culture victory, I'm going to block their science victory. Because once I destroy his spaceports, then I could be an ally with them. Because then I could make sure I'm defensively safe, so in case he tries to declare like a really indirect war, we'll be safe from it. But then also as well, like, we'll have a position that we could defend ourselves if we had to, so that's fine. Okay. Shaka could get this, so I have to be careful. I'm trying to save my gold for now. If I can try to like stop Shaka, I could actually get the benefit. Is if I get both of those spaceports, because one of the other ones is already pillaged. That'll be like, I think all 3 of his spaceports pretty much destroyed, which means this kind of circumvents that. So I'm gonna give that another turn or so. We get a circumnavigation soon. That's going to give us 5 arrow score. Actually 6. So that'll bring us up to 213. Oh, that's hard. Georgia declared war on Germany. That's a decision. There it is. There's one entertainment complex. Yeah, I don't see enough entertainment complexes to warrant that. That looks like he's building Government Plaza. I guess I'll just do Ghost to 11. It's not great, but at least it's something. Renaissance Wall is now complete. Good. What we could do is now take this city, and we are just going to hard focus on getting Theater Square festivals going. And that one got done as well. So the city will just focus on that. I think we're going to be getting that one. Still a ways away economically from getting this if we had to. It's looking more and more like I'm going to be using Mary Cassatt and getting those portrait pieces into our empire. So, 18, that's under 10. I'll go ahead and buy that. Landscape, portrait, and the landscape. Okay. More Theater Square Festival, so we got quite a few of them done all at once, so that's a nice little boost for us. It's a temporary boost, but it's not bad. We'll just have the city focus on that, just to keep our overall tourism and culture output nice and stout. We need 3 arrow score, so 4, actually no, we need 2 now. And 18 turns. Okay, so we're okay. We can just get like 2 great people in the next 18 turns, we're fine. Nope, don't want an alliance. Major flood, that's kind of unfortunately useless in this city.
Nothing on this earth lasts forever.
Plastics. Fishing boats are improved,
maybe.
that's not bad. Did get another spy. There we go. We're up to 1200 now. That's going to give us an even more important boost, so that's good. That'll keep us in a good spot. Just going to hold on to these 2 envoys in case we need them for later. Alright, America's on. Let's go ahead and get started on developing that. Okay, so that's one that we can head to. Thank you all the way to Shrinkali. And then we will get set up here. Giza, we're going to, let's see here, it's Thebes. Ethiopia, we don't have a trade route to. We're getting closer, 314 out of 755, so we are about 40% of the way. Looks like about 40% of the way, so that's not bad. Science victory-wise, okay, so it looks like a Monitor is pushing ahead of Shaka now. That's to be expected because we are slowing Shaka down, but we will be slowing a Monitor down as well. Domination, not a problem. Religion's victory, not a real issue for anybody. Tamar is going to be the problem one, so when the next round for the session starts, I'm going to have to keep this Diplo favor and just absolutely dump truck Diplo favor on like losing her stuff, just to be sure that I can protect us from getting absolutely donked on. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this one over here. Just at this point, lose some envoys from the opponents at Auckland. Maybe make Auckland a little more attainable, because if we get sovereignty over that, then we can just simply transfer it over to us, and then we can maybe have just another little satellite city that's going to provide us. I mean, it does have a built theater square. Obviously needs to be improved, but it does have one that honestly I could use. So that's an option. That's the city. Okay, so okay. And a level up. Good. Oh, this has nowhere else to go within. And okay, just keeping an eye on that in case those borders open up. Then we can start bringing units over. They're staying closed. This one back around. Cold spiders are almost back in town. Arena has been completed. So now we're in a position where we're going to go ahead and let's see here. I like the city to just continuing focusing on the tour festivals. Be a better decision for us long term. Or buy a zoo. Because a zoo, by doing that, take a look here. If I press F9, then what to zoo. +1 tile for each rainforest and marsh tile in the city. So that's not too bad. So for example, like this one is owned by us, so that one's getting +1 science as well. And it's just like little things like that that are going to be helping us as well. Just get our city kind of moving along a little bit more. Let's see. That actually... we need that a little bit for that city. I can go ahead and actually take that from the city. That'll make that into a 3-2-2-1 tile, so that's not bad. And yes, I can upgrade those units into like tanks and technically get air score from that as well, I'm pretty sure. So there's still things we could do. I am gonna go ahead and get ourselves set up with yet another theater square, even if it's gonna take 18 turns at this point. Another theater square actually is going to give us just a little bit of a benefit. We have 1,200 culture per turns. We're doing very well there, and 380 science is not too bad. Hello, I see somebody has joined the stream. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. So things are otherwise looking good. are certain of those ones. We will maintain that, hopefully. It's benefiting all of our yields, so that is as I want. What we could do is, these are landscapes. We are going to have a ways away to get to that, though, so those will be expensive. Going to be getting that great merchant. That's not bad. Let's see here. Entertainment complex, holy site in that city is being worked on. Not a problem. So in order to continue pushing for the culture victory that we want, going back here, we can see we are gaining a teeny bit of tempo. The best way normally is rock bands, you know, just because it's the most direct, but unfortunately they are, along with most of the other civilizations that are problematic for our victory. You can see this little red circle here. So this is indicating the music censorship that the opponents have, and a lot of them have it on, so it's unfortunately blocking me from being able to achieve anything into this position. So we're having to kind of make do with that. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a problem. This is Unceta. So let's see here. If I put a sculpture piece, that would be Mary Ann Colotte's stuff. Okay, what I'm going to need to do first is let's do purchase, Great Works, sculpture. You have Judas slaying Holofernes. I'll buy that off of you. Oh, you have another one? You do. That actually helps. Put that one in. And let's see here. Senna is themed. Michelangelo and Donatello. Good, so that just got fully themed. That's excellent. Then what we could do is, let's see, that's Mary Ann Colotte. Can't switch that one over. That remains themed. That will be themed once we're in a better spot. That's a landscape. This is also landscape. There we go. Bing. And that's a big improvement. I just made like a mental notification sound out loud. That's actually hilarious. It just was like ding. Oh, that's funny. Just like an ADHD moment. Let's see. We do need another landscape piece. Let's see if we can find one. There's plenty. Okay. Shaka is going to be who we want to do that from, so it's not cheap to do so, but me doing that's going to give me potentially more position. I can just go here. That's themed. And then we just need, that's Edmonia Lewis and Mary Ann. Donatello, Michelangelo, Mary Ann. Donatello, Michelangelo, and Mary. Okay, so Mary Ann's are done. Donatello and Michelangelo's are here and here. And aha! That themes that. And that leaves Akatakun with the spot available. Great. This optimizes our tourism a little bit. So that's a really nice way for us to kind of get pushing toward this position. That is a good thing for us. We will go ahead and get that going. Okay. It's a nice empire. There's Gustav Eiffel. We have a couple uses ready to go. So once we have access to be able to get actually 4 turns away, get the biosphere going, we will get immediately over there. First, we're going to need to go over here and chop this out, so that way we can get a little bit of stuff taken care of here in that city. So we will need to do that. It would not benefit me doing that.
You can.
Looks good. There's one more city for me to confirm the position, and that'll allow me to keep an eye on Tamar for the most part. That way I know that the Statue of Liberty is not being built, because if she's going to be building that, potentially, if she starts to at any point in time, we will have to likely try to find a way to declare war. Just unfortunately kind of the position as it stands as of right now. And we can pick our promotions, so we can kind of think about what we want. Spaceports and campuses would be good. We get another promotion out of this unit. That'll be pretty good. That's crappy. Well, let's bring him there for next turn. America has portrait pieces, so we kind of put her in a different spot and then happen to fill it up. So it's a bit of a funny moment there. Sonnet, Nekin, and Senna have broadcast centers, so we can actually go ahead and try to get some great works of music. And does a Monitor have anything? Let's give her like 20. Well, we get one out of that. At least there's somebody that we can get some benefit there from it. Renaissance, Barbarians, Renaissance, Barbarians. Unfortunately, a lot of the times AI will pick the same exact one. And unfortunately, that means that in a lot of cases that the AI will actually be hurting itself in the long term. And by proxy, hurting you from being able to potentially make gold deals to get picked up with some of the extra great works. So it's just kind of how it is. Like in the case of these artifacts, that sometimes like artifacts may not be available just because they're specific. You'll see like there's a specific era, and sometimes those eras will be kind of taken up by the AI choosing a bunch of barbarian ones of the same eras, and it just becomes very redundant. It doesn't actually do anything. Monitor does have a lot of landscape and portrait pieces, as well as some religious pieces. So we're gonna have to kind of have a think about that and kind of see what makes the most sense for us. I'm considering a better military card right now. Most of these cards aren't going to be doing anything for us. Logistics is fine. I'm happy to do logistics. More free movement is not a bad thing. Actually bring this back to Akatakan where it came from. Set up there. Make our way over to these lands. Another governor available. Let's see. It's 215 out of 216, so we just need one more era score, which we'll be getting from a great person, so we're fine. That's a possibility, but a bit expensive. Those two aren't going to provide me much of any benefit. That as well. Yeah, it's just gonna have to be future civics at this point because there's nothing else really for us that's gonna actually help us. Doing well there. So 327. We need 763 to achieve that. So we're getting there. Sadly, still have a ways away. So it's unfortunate kind of the situation. Late game is, if you had a pretty rough start, it puts you behind by a good bit. And in terms of like development, getting a lot of just tempo things that you need to really get going as a civilization, getting that tempo that you're looking for can be pretty badly hampered. So we're actually doing really well. We've been doing really well with our position comparatively, but it's not what I would say is like an optimal deity game. Oftentimes people talk about like a deity game where everything was perfect, you know, everything was quote-unquote optimal, meaning the way you handled situations throughout the game was done in the most effective manner. The best case scenarios of things happen. In many cases, you know, that's not something that's always going to be commonly happening. In our case, that didn't happen, as again, is pretty common, that's a normal thing. But oftentimes people try to target like a perfect scenario and they just don't happen. So pretty much most of these areas have been explored and checked out. I'm gonna have this unit there just go ahead and just do a final general check around the area just to be safe. I don't want to leave this area kind of unattended, so to speak. And there's the theater square. It's a pretty good one. Just have them make our way over that way. We'll go ahead and take that. 13 arrow score. And this will provide us pretty good spot to work with. This looks good. We'll eventually go back and make more units, our builders. But for now, things are going to be kind of delayed in the long term. Just kind of how it is, unfortunately. Did see another barbarian there, and that is a free settler. Well, would be free if I had a naval unit, but I don't really care to try to go for it because it's just not necessary. Let's see here. Here. Pretty good one. 342 out of 770. We are gaining more ground than we are losing ground in terms of the push for a culture victory. So it's not all bad. The AI is not pushing as fast as they could be for a science victory. Again, this is kind of the nature of like deity and higher level difficulties. There are mods that kind of adjust the scaling for the difficulty curve by a good bit. Makes them a bit different in the early game, and then the late game they could be a lot harder. But things kind of get changed a good bit as well. So one thing is I'll mention with the deity and higher level difficulties is when you're trying to push for certain victory types, you have the benefit of being able to plan out your victories a lot more and actually execute that a lot more. The AI will execute to a certain degree because of just certain limitations and parameters that it is designed to essentially follow. But as a player, your objective is to basically understand what the AI is doing and then always try to be ahead of that. Try to plan ahead of that. That's how you put yourself in more of a winning position in these types of games. Let's see, how many other places can we optimize here with our great works? We have a very, very wide range of great works available to us, so we've done a lot. This is excellent though. I mean, the theming, everything we've done, we've played our cards right. Want to go ahead and try to get a couple more of these. So let's see, that great musician is going to have 1 or 2 pieces available for us, so that'll be able to fill things up a little bit. That is useful. It's 32 gold. If I gave you you want oil, so I'm going to give you 10 oil. 14 gold. That's not too bad. Sydney Opera House. I monitor it. See, again, there are some wonders that would be good, but the AI already kind of like had the infrastructure in place to be able to build that, and it's just my position being pretty far inland. Things like Sydney Opera House and other naval wonders are just very much out of the picture for us. Spy mission has been aborted. Great work heist is no longer... Ah, that's because of the trade. Okay, that's an interesting thing. Well, we are culture dominant over America, so we can take a look here. We'll see. We're at 360 out of 776. So we are technically... So, I should mention, this little victory like page here, this little bit of information, victory in 21 turns, that is not always accurate. What that assumes is the growth rate of your tourism that you're picking up from the opponents versus the tourism that you need to have greater than just one greater than the maximum of the highest opponent, is assuming that the pacing of your increase is much more than what theirs is, and it just averages out the number of turns. This changes out a lot, so I wouldn't necessarily always trust this number. When you do see it though, you can tell you're imminent on a victory is when you're very, very like filled up on that bar, and there's only like a few turns at most left. And that tends to be when the game is a lot more accurate because there's less variability in how far you are from getting the victory. Hello, I see somebody has joined the stream. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. My name is Speed D-Man, and I have a couple different channels. I play both a good amount of Rocket League, so I have a channel for Rocket League, Speed D-Man RL, and then this channel here is Speed D-Man Plays. This is primarily Civilization 6. Eventually, later on in the channel's growth, when we're a good bit larger, we'll eventually expand into other games and kind of explore that space. Maybe one day do variety channel stuff if that happens to be a possibility that works for us. But for now, it's not really a major thing. I would say the main focus right now is just Civilization 6 and Rocket League. In terms of this particular spy, I may have to move them out into another spot. I could actually take them over to one of these cities. It'd be a good way for us to get a little bit of a head start on getting the position set up. So we also have the means to get a ton of these ski resorts going. I'm going to go ahead and do that because that'll give us a very large amount of passive... let's see, we're one turn away from synthetic materials, but it's going to give us a very large amount of passive yields here with our tourism. So we're going to go ahead and actually get into that. Try to find a bunch of these. We're going to go over here, fix that up. We'll need to actually shift this over to that spot. So what we'll do is we will simply move this over. Have you up here. That way you get utility there. And we're eventually going to start getting, like as we already starting to have now, some spare like great people that we can't really do much with. That's just a normal thing that happens. When it does happen, what you want to do is you kind of want to just try to kind of think about like how can you kind of develop things a little bit better. And oh, it looks like America's opened back up again. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and capitalize on that, because that's an opportunity to go ahead and get more tempo out of that. And it does not look like Tamar has that done yet, so this is really good for us. That tells me we're currently safe from the from the diplomatic victory being sniped out of that, so that's good. Let's see, Glam Rock goes to 11 and Space Rock. And that dies because it's not as... That's dumb. That's dumb. 9 era score to get a golden age. We have 14 turns. We'll definitely get close because we are going to be focusing heavily on getting Biosphere, and then we're going to go out and get a bunch more builders throughout our empire. So it is going to... This is going to actually help us a lot get closer to that end, but Again, you know, the position is very limited. We only have a few things we can do, and that's just one of those things right there. This city, we're going to go ahead and just focus on getting a bunch of those going. We're at 1,400 culture per turn, so we're doing very well. The other opponents here are kind of stagnant. They seem to have not have been growing for a while. I've been keeping an eye on that. They're not growing by much. So that means the differential between our culture output and theirs. So ours 1,400, that's, let's see here, that's 605 or culture. This is 701 culture more. So we're doing very well. We're pretty much double their culture, and that's a huge advantage, because that's going to give us more and more tourism output as it converts into tourism, and that's just going to keep us growing positively there, so that's good. Campus is now built in that city, so that's pretty solid for us. That's a good thing. We're going to go ahead and I would say we want to focus on getting one of two things going. Don't really need spies. We have plenty of spies at this point. Shrine wouldn't be bad. I'd like a shrine and temple, just so that way we can then start focusing on getting more faith output. Because I'm going to go ahead and actually, in our position right here, I'm going to go ahead and get a couple spies, or not spies, but rock stands out. So we'll get one this turn, and then next turn I'll get another one out. And that way we can start focusing on promotion potential. That means I'm going to have to take another quick little peek here. So I'm going to take one of these ones that is alive. The last remaining one of that group that's alive. And Jaka is still closed, as is a Manator. Okay, that's what I wanted to check. Reason I did that is just I need to confirm if we were in a position that was going to be prevented from us being able to actually like get something going. We're going to go ahead and look for more. Okay, so we'll get one here, one there. And we're going to get some more of these ski resorts going. We don't have very many that we can build, unfortunately, but we do have the ability to get some going. And getting some going just means we have a little bit of extra tourism output. It's a very small amount. It's not going to be a lot. Like, it's not a big benefit. It's going to be like, oh, wow, that's so helpful. But it's just going to be enough for us to have a tangible benefit. And really, at this point in the game, that's all we really want. It's just every little bit of tangible benefit that we can stack. This looks fine so far.
There's so much plastic in this culture that vinyl leopard skin is becoming an endemic. I never think of the future.
This is going to be the key point for us. So what we'll do here is we'll see here, biosphere is available. We are going to build that in 24 turns. It is going to be a lot less than that, of course. We are going to actually focus on building that, so let's prioritize that. It's 480, so that brought it down by 10 turns. We're going to do another charge next turn to finish that final use of Gustav Eiffel, and that will put us in a very, very strong position. So it's set up there. We're going to go here. We're going to put that there. That way next turn we'll go here and set up for that. This will go here. Complete building that. That is already done, so we're just going to simply spread ourselves over to this spot here. We're going to go here, do this one, and then we'll do that one next turn. We'll go here, do another one there. And we're just basically just trying to farm as much as we can. Try to get set up here. If we have any promotion available to us, we're going to take the waters here. So I'm going to go over here, and I would say promotion that we want, underground explosion. That's it. We are going to take Glam Rock. Of course, that is, as always, one of the best ones you can take. Always try to take that if you can. It's just the... I would say it's the safest one, typically. Okay. Now that we have synthetic materials, that puts us in a really good spot, basically. We don't really need to worry too much about stuff for the science victory. I'm not pushing for that. What we are going to do is now make our push here for the stuff here. So, wind farms... We're going to go ahead and start working on getting those built as well as this. So wind farms will be a good way for us to tide this over. needs to be built on hills, so anywhere we have hills, we can actually get that going. So we're just going to try to focus on every hill tile that is available, and we will try to build to that point. You back at this point. We'll go around. Go there. Next turn you'll get some efficacy. Can't do very much here, so we're just going to have you kind of hang out. Oh, Nubia, that's weak. That's weak. He's just outright blocking my units. Over the other way. Go ahead and get that final use out of that. That way that keeps the city growing. Next turn our capital is going to be able to get biosphere built a good bit more. We'll bring that down to 3 turns technically. Yeah, so Ethiopia had a pretty successful one. They're not going to be competing for the victory, unfortunately. They're at 276, so they're a long ways away, but there we go. We're going to go ahead and go here. Go there instead. That's 3 turns. That's down to... oh, that's 7. Okay, that's not bad. Another one of these built. Unfortunately, oil didn't really spawn in any of these marsh tiles like I would have wanted, so unfortunately we're not going to be getting the benefit I kind of wish we would have had, but I mean, that's fine. Not a problem. Yeah, Nubia is being really, like, annoying with that one unit there is actually blocking us, which is a bit annoying. We're going to take that. Because we could potentially even just get citizenry out of it and keep it instead of getting rid of that city-state. And by doing so, that could actually give us even more culture output by being citizen because of our cards that we have. So I may consider that. I'm going to go ahead and get started on disrupting rocketry, though. That is priority number 1 in that city. I'm going to go ahead and do this as well. Excellent. 6 stars. That's a lot of tourism output. It's down to 55 turns. That's okay. We're still doing well there. As long as we're growing a little bit more than they are in terms of their output, we're okay. We're in a good spot. Science victory, I mean, the AI hasn't even gotten, like, nanotechnology researched and Mars colony started. And they have to get that complete before they can even do, like, exoplanet expedition and all that stuff. They both have smart materials. They just haven't launched colony. They haven't launched the exoplanet. And that tells me that they're in the position that's a bit slower. So that's fine. We can take advantage of that. We just want to continue pushing as fast as we can. The more quickly that we get ourselves set up here, the faster it'll be for us to push for that victory. 7 turns here, so it's going to be 6 turns until that gets built. That's fine. That's going to give us 4 era scores, so that'll bring us halfway into a potential another golden age. If we do get a golden age, that would be actually best case scenario. That would just put us in a really, really strong spot to go for that victory. So there's gold spiders. And as... this is absurd, dude. There's concert back for this, and they've already gotten like 6 stars. Like 5, 5, and 6 stars already. But just add another one for the mix, because why not? You know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, it all helps anyways. We're actually over halfway now. We're over halfway. So we're at like 51.2% or something like that. So we're doing pretty well there. What I would say is this one is going to need to go over. We have a good amount of stuff we could do here. So I'm going to take you closer. You go here. And a rock band there. So I'll send that down south and get some more tourism output here. That's still closed. And that is still closed. So they're going to remain closed most likely, but that's fine. And Ethiopia is open, so I may consider Ethiopia if Ethiopia is larger. That's 276. Teddy is 350. Germany is 164. Okay, so it's looking like I'm gonna eventually start transitioning it to these two as well. That's fine. I'm gonna have to get started on the world games. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get started on that. If I can win that, that's gonna basically snipe Tamar of the victory point, which Tamar is only 4 points away. So if she gets that 1 point, and then as well as gets a successful, or mildly successful even, let's see here, session in 22 turns, then we're basically screwed. Then she actually snipes the win out of everybody else. So I kind of, don't want that. I would say personally, I kind of don't want that. So I am gonna have my work cut out. Natural eel. Clan rock as always. Make your way back. That could be 1 tank, 2 tanks, and 3 tanks. So. Good amount of gold. For that. For that. I think it's 1900. I'll have to see how much it is to upgrade these two. We'll also train athletes here. I just want to go ahead and play it safe there. Just train some of the athletes that we need to train. That's going to give us some points, and we'll kind of get an idea after that point to see whether or not we are in the lead or getting competitive. Because if we can snipe that away from Tamar, it's also going to give us some tourism also throughout our empire. You can see for every stadium and aquatic center by a good amount, as well as our campuses will provide tourism. So we do have a few campuses, not many, but it is a potential optimization for us. So that's an opportunity for us to consider. I'm probably not going to pass that one up. That is one I'm going to go ahead and do. It's a very good one, and that's one that's going to give us an opportunity to actually get some really solid stuff going. Let's see, that's 1 and 1. It's fine. Stuff is good to go. We're going to go ahead and get another one of these built. Okay, well, we have pretty much every mountain that we have available to us upgraded into a ski resort, so that's good. At least we're going to be getting a good amount of tourism out of that. 1441. Nice little palindrome there, but definitely not bad. Yeah, I would normally be selling a bunch of stuff. The only thing I may consider selling is like stuff like this. Get some gold back. Wouldn't hurt. Let's see, permanent coastal flooding. It's not the end of the world. That's only just those two tiles, and that one there. Also, that's the benefit of at least, while there are downsides to not having many coastal cities, at least that is one of the benefits. Is you don't really need to worry about a lot of your cities really getting like absolutely like dunked on by. Oh, we did have that promotion. So let's see. Goes to 11 glam rock. Let's see here. Surf band. No. Space rock. No. I want something that's going to provide us. We do have water parks around, so reggae rock might actually be a choice here. I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, Senate now has that done. We're going to go ahead and focus on foresight prayers. Dang, that's actually really funny. That city went free and is just now actually stably free. So that's just going to be a city that just does whatever that city does at this point. So that's fine. I don't really care too much. The rest of it all looks pretty solid. I mean, we're in a really good spot. The game, of course, is trying to recommend building lumber mills. That would completely circumvent the benefits of these preserves and, well, this preserve and conservatory combo. A pretty insane combination that we have set up here, so we're going to continue making use of that. We want to upgrade those. Then we can actually go ahead and make an army out of that, and then that army is going to give us another era score as well. I'll put us at 224. We're going to be 5 turns away from Biosphere. That's going to give us another 4. And that'll put us at 228. If we can get maybe another couple of... oh, that's a prop. Actually, Germany's getting that. That's not bad. Germany getting that is actually very good. I expected that. That's actually not as much of a loss as it seems. In his case, he's actually a good bit behind because of his stuff being destroyed, so we're okay. Yeah, we did a lot of expansion, so we did get ourselves more cities going, so we don't really have much left available for us to set up. I would like us to... let's see here. It's going to be a redundant tile. Can't really do anything there. Those tiles are now being pillaged, or not pillaged, but flooded. That's fine. So we are losing some tiles, is what it is. I'm not really too concerned. I am benefiting from it while we can, though, however, so I am going to retain these tiles until they are completely flooded fully, meaning we have no ability to use them. And let's see here. Go ahead and put that down. This one has Glam Rock, so we are going to start kind of pushing our way into this region. There are very few opponents that we can actually get like actual proper utility from right now. So we're just having to make do with that, unfortunately. Another 5-star. And that could... oh, dude, that's insane. And because they converted their capital, it actually instantly... That is so beneficial. That just gave us a huge boon. Okay, that guarantees... actually, yes, that guarantees that we're going to have another golden age, which means more pressure. Ah, man, that is huge. That's a big breakaway for us. Okay. Turns until the end of the era, so it's good for me.
You can never plan the future.
Future Civic, once again, we're just going to continue doing that, because again, more diplomatic favor. We're going to continue saving up our diplo favor. We're at 4 right now. Tamara has 100. We have a few of these train athletes missions being worked on. Once that entertainment complex is built, we'll go ahead and get another one of those going as well. That's going to kind of guarantee us that we at least have some points on the board, and that'll tell me whether or not I need to kind of just go further into the position and keep trying to pump out more of these units. So we'll find out soon. There we go.
All material.
That, so we have access to wind farms now. So that's a good thing. That's going to save us a couple turns of development. What this also does is it allows us to get started on building these wind farms. The more of them we build, and of course we've already guaranteed our golden age here, so this is perfect. We are doing a-okay here. What we could do though with this position is now we can start looking for, well, first we're going to go ahead and repair this. So we can start looking for some hills. So we have a hills tile right there. Boom. We're going to head over to that hills tile right on over there. Anywhere that we can build wind farms, we are going to try to build. Just trying to get utility in every place that we could possibly get utility out of. That's going to be critical. Even if we only have a few available, it's just going to be a few more points in the long term of extra tourism output. And right now, I mean, as I said before, every bit of tourism counts. games can easily be decided by 1 to 2 points. And I can get in there. That's perfect. It's about time. I have another governor title. I don't really have many governor titles that, or at least many uses for governor titles at this stage. We have so many things available and taken care of, so we're pretty much good to go. I'm going to go ahead and just do affluence for now. That's fine. Campus research grants, that is fine. Let's see here. Yeah, Germany's getting that one. Cool with me. I'll go ahead and do a round of training athletes just to give us a little bit of tempo to work with. That'll be a nice safe option. Going to keep that on. Rock, here we go. Opening act, okay. Not really exceptional, but at least, you know, it's successful. Didn't fail. Natural eel is another one, so we're going to go ahead and make our way over here. You will just hang out here for a turn. You will go here. Not bad. That's another decent one. That's the 797, 432. So, see, that's a pretty good spot. We are. Before I do that, yep, that's still closed. That's still closed. Okay, fine. There we go. It's good. Go ahead and do this. That's a headliner, another promotion, even though obviously we're maxed out, but still another promotion helps. And then we'll just go right on over here. Actually, we'll go there first. Work my way back out of there. And that's a very low chance of success, so we are going to need to do gain sources. This is not going to be a very likely to succeed one, but at least it'll just give us a potential to say if it goes well, it saves us a little time. If it doesn't, not the end of the world. Oh, she's announced by... Oh, she's announced by Shaka, so it's a potential here that could be a war between those two, and if they war against each other, if Shaka seems to be the one that will likely win it, based off his overall yields just being the strongest from just first apparent look. We're also going to go here, going to get some more of these wind farms built. We're going to go here. Yeah, that's reasonably decent. Here. Another 6-star. Holy crap, dude. That's insanity. Again. That's like the 7th one. It's like this is the best I've ever had. Holy cow. Alright, well we're about to make it into homeland, so that's good. Go here. That is normal. Go here and build that. And again, just having more of them available is good. 3 turns away from Biosphere, that will give us a nice position to start working with. As we build more of these, we're just going to have more passive tourism, and it's just going to continue scaling in our favor. So that's what we want. Let's see, Giza here. Food output is going to actually be very important. I want to keep our food pretty much positive, ideally. Would be good if we keep it positive. Let's go for it. Actually, that does shave a turn off of our build setup, so that's not bad. Actually, is there anywhere else for wonders? Nope. Or great works, rather. It is not. Okay. Mara is pushing ahead more. We're gonna have to really, we're gonna have to pressure this a lot. We're gonna try to come back with that. And that antiquity site is blocking us from doing anything there. That's annoying. Very annoying. Head that way. I'll just have to go around and then make my way back like that. Oh, that's a huge boost for us. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. Alright, this is a special proposal. Let's see what it's for.
Economics is a subject that does not
Big
greatly
Ben.
respect one's wishes.
The position where I can
I
build
never
that.
think of the future.
Another future civic. That is good. We're just going to keep on doing those. I do not have anywhere that I could build these. I may consider just trying to eventually set something up. If I have to, I will take Reina over to like maybe another settlement location or a couple more and just build a couple of theater squares if I have to. If next era doesn't look like I'm going to be able to kind of make that final push, I'm going to consider that as an option. But we have enough cities to where it shouldn't be too much of a problem. We're in a golden age here. We're going to have another golden age. And looking good. Have this just hang out for now. Yeah, there's just very few hills tiles. Most of these are all flat. The amount of flat land that we have is really good for solar farms. But we have, let me count. Let me count up and I'll tell exactly how many we have. We have 4, 5, 7, 8, 11 turns to the solar farms. 2 turns away from biosphere. So we are looking pretty good there. It's not like we're, you know, in a terrible position or anything. We're in a good spot. It's just not, it's not like totally perfect yet. We're getting closer. Old spiders. You're still closed. And you're still closed as I expected. That's 12 turns away. That is a long time from getting done. Let's just rock, pop, start, and glam rock. Honestly, I might just have you kind of go over to this area here, further to the east. Start just working your way through here. Start there. Actually, I think there would be kind of a better middle ground. Just in case I need to move in a different direction, this would give us a bit more flexibility. Go all the way here. Unfortunate. Oh, that's fortunate. Okay. Oh. The duality of Nat. One fails while one succeeds. you will just go north. I'll have you get set up there because that way you're in a good spot. Get these areas improved. Another 6-star. Cool. That is definitely good. 476 out of 810. We are continuing to chip away at that final position, so we are looking good. Now, what's going to be important is what we have available for us in the Golden Age. Somebody destroyed Auckland again. That's a decision. Not gonna be able to maintain that city, but that is kind of crappy because that wasted a lot of time. He just went in one turn, took that city down, so that's really crappy. I'm gonna just go ahead and just say, okay, you know what? Take the loss, take the L, and move another one of these spies to a position I could work with. That is in Nuri. That's that city. And are there any other spaceports? Okay, so I'm going to go to Nuri. Or Nuri. And I'll go there. That'll be a fine setup for now. Glamrock, of course, we are going to look at our second promotion. Second promotion that would make sense for us is going to likely be a little further down. Probably Reggae Rock. Always a safe option right here. Those are ones that are providing us good benefits. We can see one right there. Now, Harbors is good. That's a surf ban. Only problem is the one level more experience is a bit risky. It doesn't necessarily mean you'll have a high likelihood of succeeding. You can get more raw tourism out of it, but it's risky. I'd rather do ones that provide me with 2 levels. That is just a safer option. So I'm going to go ahead and take that one. You will hang for now. Another 6-star. I love it. Oh yeah, that's some good pacing. We're definitely making good headway. Just a turn away from getting Biosphere. We are just one turn away. This is very, very good for us. Go ahead, get that built. Just again, having more of them available means that we're in a position that we can get that further benefit going. There we go. Just a little bit more tourism output once we have Biosphere built in the next turn or 2. Technically 2 turns. We're at 57 now, so we're actually not looking bad. We are going to need to go ahead and try to push further. Nope.
For a machine to run smoothly and predictably, its parts must be standard and hence replaceable.
And our pastures as well. Oh, that succeeded! Oh, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Okay. This is huge. That's a big, big thing for us. That being successful, it's going to be a little while until we get that unit back, but at least we have that successful. We're one turn away from Biosphere. This is good. That's going to put us in a pretty good spot. I'm pretty happy with that, so we will go with that. I think what we'll do next is, let's see. I'm going to let Future Civic complete, and then at that point I'll make a decision on getting a bunch of these builders built. So I'll probably put back on, let's see, Public Works, and just mass produce more builders. I was thinking I didn't need too many more, but with our position as it stands, I'm going to end up needing more, so I will go ahead and do that. What I will do, though, is I will take off the Great Artist Points per turn. I don't really need that anymore. My position's pretty advanced at this point, and I can't really do much more with it. So I will just kind of push my way into that position and just go with it. Okay, we do have Reggae Rock available, so we are going to head our way over to the west. We'll go here. I think there was another one around? Somewhere. Yeah, there is one over there, but that's not available now. Go that way. Reggae Rock goes to 11, and Glam Rock. That is not too bad. I'll make our way over to that particular one right there. It's a pretty solid one. I can actually build a decent Sphinx to the right there, so I'll go ahead and do that instead. Ah, there we go. And another conversion. So again, just more of these conversions. It's just basically farming errors for at this point. 5 Oh, that's loud. Oh, that was ear destruction. Definitely heard that. That's fine.
Heaven is under our feet. I never think of the future.
Biosphere. All right. So, because we have the biosphere, it's going to put us in a really good position. We are closing in on that gap, so that's good. We're about to get another one there. 5 turns from that one. I'm actually going to go ahead and just do one more train. If I can click it, there we go. Do one more train athletes. That way, that way I can get more of that tempo we're looking for. What we'll do though with this government position is, again, as I mentioned before, we're going to take frescoes off. We're going to go ahead and put public works on. This position otherwise looks pretty much as advanced as I want it to be. We don't need to make any other adjustments to it. For the most part, it is pretty much exactly what I want. We have 4 envoys available. If I needed to change our position, like for example, I'm going to put this back on, put this on. There we go. We're back up to 1480. That's fine. 528 out of 828. So we are now 300 foreign tourism away from actually getting the culture victory. So we are looking really, really good. We have Ani in there. We have 30 now, so I'm gonna basically say at this point that Amani can go wherever and be pretty powerful. But we have 30 there, so that's actually technically giving us even more gold. We have 21,000 gold and a little under 1,000 gold per turn. We are cooking. We are cooking right now. Let's go ahead and start mass buying. Pretty much at this stage, every city is going to have a builder of its own. We are positioning ourselves specifically for that, so that way we can get that push for the culture victory. We're going to go ahead and do another one here as well. Each of them have 5 charges, which is exactly what we're looking for. It's going to put us in a very, very strong position. As we can see, we can technically buy outright any district we want. And I'm going to buy that, because that is going to be giving us a nice amount of tourism, but we are going to be first buying instead the building. That way that city is set up. This city will also be set up. It's set up. And as we can see here, we will shortly have pretty much every city occupied by what we're looking for. And this, that'll be good. That'll make all of these tiles even better. Go. And we'll just go ahead and buy one more just to fill in the gaps. And the rest of that looks really good. Alright. We are, let's see here. There's 7, 11, and actually extended the amount of turns it's going to take. Though that's only because of the suzerainties getting shifted around a little bit, but we are fine. Old spiders. You can go... You can go here. Gonna take a little bit of time, but that's fine. Nubian spy has been captured, so if we were to try to sell that spy back, we technically could. We have 2 spies of hers. The thing the game doesn't really necessarily mention is when you're holding the spies of another empire, please do not give it to them. Do not give those spies back. Because to my understanding, I might be incorrect here. If I am, please correct me. I will happily be stood by corrected. But to my understanding, if you are holding onto the spies of another civilization, they cannot make more of that specific slot. Say they have 3 slots and you have 2 of their 3 slots of spies, they can only use the 1. And that's a pretty strong thing to do. That's why I'm holding Nubia's. I would rather keep them because, again, just utility. You never want to just give spies to an opponent that has been using them to do harm to you. Of course, that would only circumvent the benefit. So let's see here. Trading post has been created. It's good. Yeah, so the Ethiopian spy and Nubian spy. So both of them failed. Because they got captured. This position that I had was perfect. That actually, I think it should theoretically give me a promotion.
No innovation.
It didn't. Normally I would get a promotion at least from doing multiple successful counter-spying operations at once. But that's fine. Is what it is. We are... Okay, here... I'm gonna head all the way down there. Just going to have these units kind of hang out for the time being. There's no utility in them right away. Nubia. Get that trade route going again. That's going to be good. We need that. 540, 386. We are technically just within 300 points, so we are at 296 now. So we're doing well. Again, we've actually now taught. Oh, look at that! With the amount of presence that we have, culturally speaking, as it's going to keep getting better too. Remember, it's going to continue getting better. We actually are going to have to. We're going to keep pushing, but we will have the most domestic tourism available to you. So that's huge. That is absolutely huge. Shaka did complete the launching of the Mars colony. That was with that great person that he had, so that's expected. He likely has another... so he has another spaceport backup, so I'm going to have to bring that spaceport back. Oh, we are in the lead now, so as long as we keep pushing a few more of these, let's see, a few more trained athletes, so these two should kind of put the nail in the coffin, so to speak, of that situation. Put us pretty far ahead, so we should be fine. If Tamar seems to be building tempo at all, that'll tell us if we need to kind of counteract that in any way, shape, or form. But right now we're looking okay. Three stars, that's fine. Not really great, but still useful. 40, or 540 rather. Looks like Auckland is going to convert before Nuremberg does. That's good, because then Germany gets control of that.
Chemistry is the dirty part of physics.
Actually benefits Germany more than anyone else. still closed. Nubia's open. Oh, that's massive. I need to get on that right away. I need to get on that right away. Paging all rock bands. Your priority right now, you go straight on over to Nubia. Absolutely right away. That's priority number one right now. Because that is an opportunity for us to get absolute crap ton of potential yields from tourism, so that's huge. Looking good. We are 8 turns away from getting the setup that we can get going now. So this is good. 1555 in terms of overall output for passive tourism. So that's good. This is stabilized now. We're not getting that victory condition anymore, which tells us that we're going to have to kind of push even harder, though. Getting a victory with this would be good. This would definitely help us get a nice little boost to culture output, or tourism output, rather. It's not a big boost, but it's just a little bit of a help. What I would say is a helping hand in a situation where we need helping hands. Another 6-star. This has to be the most... I have never, in all of my time playing Civilization 6, and I've played a good bit and done quite a few culture victory pushes over the past couple years of playing, I have never, ever had so many successful 6-star operations with these rock bands. I've never seen that happen before. That is insanity. Go ahead and flatten that out. That way we can get that set up for eventually a solar farm.
You can never plan the future.
Cannabis, right away you're going to focus on rocketry. Actually, that Great Merchant's not a bad one. Campus districts provide extra tourism. We do have a good few tourism or points there of that, so that's good. Grants tourism in each of the city's districts equal to its adjacency bonus halved for gold. That is powerful because we could use that twice in a single city, so that is going to provide our cities with a good benefit. Let's go into our, let's see here. Tourism is looking good. Oh, let's see. Okay. There was an option, I can't remember where, but there was an option to be able to see the yields of all the cities. Strategy view is not correct. That's fine. I'll have to find that another time. Otherwise, we're looking good, though. I'm gonna have to head that way. Try to block him down from that. 20 housing would be a good way for us to get a little bit more tourism as well. Not much, but in that city, it would definitely help for sure. Closing in. We're closing in on a really strong position. Yeah, my contribution is very small. But Shaka has, like, the bucket load. I'm gonna go ahead and actually buy an oil power plant. Just say screw it. Since we have plenty of oil. And we'll go back to this. Do oil plant there, and that'll cover most of our cities with plenty of power output. Okay, and we'll go back into Future Civic. There it is. 215 over 150, so we're definitely we're starting to hold a lead, but we're looking good there. Oh, whoa! I see somebody has joined the stream. Welcome to the stream. My name is Speed Demon, and I'm glad to have you here. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and bring this over. Prioritize getting these units over there as soon as possible. We need to get as many of these rock bands over to Nubia as possible. That'll give us a huge boost. We are at a very solid 574 out of 847. So looking good there. We still have our ways to go. Menelik is pushing for a culture victory, as we can see. More than Shaka, even though Shaka had the potential to be able to go for one, but Shaka's more going for a science victor, as we can see here. Same thing with a Monitor. Sorry about the noise there. I'm going to actually go ahead and turn the audio down. Major drought. Not a good spot for it. It is what it is. Alright.
Rocket science.
And next era should be the final era for us in this game. We have made a ton of progress. We've done so many good things here. Oh, that extra charge. That could be actually really helpful. Train athletes, let's see here. We are at 267. We have, I think, one more available, if I'm not mistaken. I may go ahead and work on other stuff for the time being, but we can go and circle back onto this. I'm gonna just go ahead, have this one work on that. The city's a pretty small one. It's not gonna be super high in terms of like usage, so we could just kind of specialize our use for that. Just for now, it's fine. I'll have you hang out here. I am going to go ahead and get another rock band going. Rock bands here would be slow. There we go. Just that way we have a couple rock bands ready. We'll get those going for next turn, and that'll eventually get set up. We have the theater square built. Awesome. That's going to really help us a lot. That opens up our position. Art museum and broadcast center. Okay, perfect. We have just another one of these that we could use. That's super huge because we need that.
The true master
right now. Every little bit of tempo that we can get right now is going to help us to get closer to that victory. You can see here, we are just slowly chipping away at it. We are, let's see here, we are 200 and... We're 269 points away from getting Central Culture Victory. So we're definitely making progress. 1,500 per turn, it's not too bad. We're looking good. We are looking good. The Stadium Square being built is absolutely massive, though. That is such a good thing for us because we can focus on getting that going. Could instead go for Holy Site Praise. I think actually, no, Holy Site Praise. That's going to be the play. And I will simply do one of these to start until we get the city converted, though. That's a absolutely amazingly bad deal. Thank you so much for a deal that I'm not going to accept. Like, in the world. Here we are in the information era. So let's see.
You can never plan the
future civic once again. We're going to continue doing that. We're about 4 turns. Let's see here. Yeah, 5 turns away from getting properly going here. Is this at 19 population now? It is. It's not too bad. It'll grow faster, so we're going to go ahead and make our way over here. You will go up north. Go here. That'll be your final use for that. And wish you were here. Of course, we are going to continue on with that. Again, just getting net tourism output, that's going to help us. So that'll help bring us back up to where we want it to be. Rock Band is ready for use. The water coast. That's a name. See, that pathway looks like... Okay, the game was kind of glitching out a little bit there. And then my movement gets blocked from there. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to pick Glam Rock. Movement left, and we will pick Glam Rock. There we go. Looks good. Modest Orchestra. Okay, we are 5 turns away from getting started on setting up all of these solar farms available. It'll be quite a little bit of work for us to get going, but that's still a-okay. We are looking good. Let's go ahead and have a look here. Portrait. And I could just go ahead and poach one of the other portrait pieces right here. That theme's set. That brings the theming back for that. And then we just have some extra pieces here available. So we'll go ahead and work on filling that up a little bit. $68 gold, okay. Well, we can circumvent that a little bit. Aluminum, no. And that's a deal that works. Okay. Right away, we need to gain sources. Set up here. That looks good. Having another campus that's going to provide us a little bit of extra tourism as well, so that's not too bad. The city's already working on that. 269, and that's 150. Not too bad. We're actually getting a pretty good amount of passive points. Tomorrow's been getting points specifically from training athletes. We've been getting also really passive points here from stadiums and aquatic centers. Primarily stadiums. But it's good. Just a few extra points per turn. That's good. It just keeps us buffered. We're over 100 points ahead, so that's good. We're going to get a little bit more of a boost soon with that. That'll put us in a good spot. We should be theoretically winning that one. Just by doing that, that gives us that diplomatic victory point. That poaches that off of Tamar. Makes it harder for Tamar to get the win. Everything we could do to slow her down is going to be important for us. So those are things that we have to continue to do in our state of the game. That's absolutely necessary. Do a library for now. Trying to attack our loyalty isn't going to be too much of a problem though. We have so much of a loyalty positivity that by the time these cultists die out, we'll still have a city. Once we get those things built, also we need to get that going. Just get some tourism on the way there. Old spiders are going to be the first on site, and a pretty decent one. Not bad. This will help kind of kick us over the line a little bit. So we are at 262 points away. So we're still chipping away at it, but it's good to see that we're positive in the long term. We're doing better there. That's what I want to see. Okay, going there. Once these two are done, I'm going to bring you back. And once these two are done, we can get utility out of that. Portrait and landscapes. Okay. We do have a broadcast center available, so I'm going to see if a monitory has something we could take. That does. 15 gold a turn. Looks good. Industrial Peacock, you're going to head directly over here. And we're going to have to continue working on that. So that's good. We're definitely continuing to make progress, so I'm happy. We have over 1,000 diplomatic favor. I am just trying to cover all of the bases. Diplomatic victory potentially can happen here. 16. Definitely dangerous. Let's see here. We are at 250 now, and it says 14 turns, so it's not going to be that many. Sure. It's going to be more than that, of course, but that's fine. over there. Another 6-star. I think that's like 10 this game. This is by far like a personal record. I've never seen so many in a single game. It's absurd. City is converted. We lost Suzunchi in a couple city-states, so we're gonna have to get that back. The bad blizzard, that's not good.
You can never plan the...
Let's go ahead and fix that. 1, 2, 4. There. Puts us back up into the numbers that we want to see. One turn away from getting satellites. This is absolutely a good thing for us. Have a look here. Ethiopia and Byzantium. Ethiopia is a larger civilization for us to be getting tourism out of it, so we'll do that one. That looks good. Okay, we do have that extra promotion available, so based off what's available in Nubia, what's going to make the most sense is either a wonder related one, because there are several wonders all throughout. So like it will be a little further down. Let's see here, where is natural wonders? There it is, album cover art. You have another governor title available. Really beat it. There we go. $275 over 151, so we have a good buffer. If Tamar builds at least 3, then Tamar is in a position where she could win it. That's done in 1 turn, so that's going to push her a little bit. I already have one that's being worked on. I can't really see all these other cities, which is fine. We have one that's worked on, and we're going to have passive points being generated as well. Actually, I may go ahead and just do this. Just for the extra points. Because another stadium means we get an extra point per turn, so that could help. And we'll do another Future Civic. Get that IZ going. And then next turn, things are about to start kicking off for us. And another 6-star. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. It's such a cool thing to see. Moderate flood. Not great. That's something we have to keep an eye on. That right there. Shaka is now inbound for the victory, so we have to,
right now, there are
really
31 setups.
Okay, right away, every tile that we can occupy with these individual unit points, we have to get going. Everywhere that we can build like any type of renewable resource, that's where we're going to get a lot more tourism output. That's going to help scale up our operation here. So this is going to be really critical. We have to be successful here, and we have to get a lot of these operations done quickly. Shaka is still blocked. I expected that. Unfortunately, Shaka has been very, very conservative with that, as it would be if they're in a position where they could win. Let's go ahead and get another builder while I'm at it, just to be safe. Okay, you can't build that in snow. That's good to know. You can do that in a tundra type tile like this, but not in snow. We're going to start seeing our tourism output start to go up a bit, though. It's going to start going up as we build more and more of these all throughout our empire, so that's what we want. Again, just full focus on building as many as possible everywhere. This first turn, that's going to be a big increase, though. That's going to take us probably from 1614, probably closer to like 1670, and that'll be a good increase to start. So now that we have that, we look for anything else that can provide us tourism. So first we're going to get uranium. We're going to try to see if we can get set up with a nuclear plant. One or two would definitely do the trick. That'll just give us a nice boost in the things that we need. For now, I will actually just queue up a bunch of these through the short festivals. Tomorrow's at 202. We're going to be getting more soon. I'm going to play it safe. I know it's not as efficient, but I'm going to play it safe and get that training athletes going, because that'll just give us enough of a boost that if Tamar continues building, that'll potentially give us a higher chance. I don't like where Tamar's going with it. He's building more stuff with it, and that's a position that's a bit worrying for me, and I don't like that. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and buy these. Yeah, that's fine. This is good, campus, and this one as well. So these two will be definitely useful. In a couple turns, I'll make an adjustment, and we'll get set up for that. I may go ahead and just quickly buy just a few more builders. And buy one more here. That should be all we need. Theoretically, that should be all we need. And then we will just simply do research lab build. This one is able to reach, that's good. Modestly successful, but still good. Making semi-decent progress there. We are at 221 points away, so that's good. Now, I believe I still have the Victory Project mod on as well, so what that's going to do for this one is basically once you've procced the victory condition, you just have to go into your government plaza, wherever it's placed, and then just complete the victory, the victory project itself, and that basically finishes the game. It just allows you to go for other victory types as well, so we're going to keep on pushing, and we'll see where we get. Alright, we gained 100 that turn. That's really, really good. Great. Keep making more. More in the north. This will fill in the gaps there. This can cross over, work on those ones. My way over there. Okay. Looks good so far. Keep on working on these ones. And we can make it there. And that's a great one. Awesome. Alright. Yeah, the visible spaceports that I can see here, just in general, aren't doing anything. So I'm just going to have to focus on one of them, break one of them, so hopefully that slows him down enough to where he doesn't really focus on that, and it buys me enough time to really get closer to the culture victory. The science victory, 1 per turn, so Shaka is already inbound for that, so we're going to have to really continue working on these other ones. Make your way over. Go here. Another 6-star.
You can never plan.
First city to 20 population. That's more tourism. We're at 1865, so that itself is already going to continue helping us. It says 9 turns. It's not actually 9 turns. It's going to be slower than that. But we are making good progress there. We are now at 190 points left, so it's really good progress. Still blocked by him. That's expected. That's fine. That one going. That going. Use that instead. We're kind of more spec'd into this position, so we can work with that. Go there. Stop. Our way over there. Go here and chop next turn. Looks good. I mean, we have definitely gotten a lot done here. I'm wanting to see if I can finish this out in one stream. I don't want to continue it on more than just necessary. Let's see here. A trading dome. Is that providing us anything? That needs to be built back up. There we go. That's going to get our tempo fixed a little bit. It's a bit of a loss, but still not bad. Let's see here. Samarkand. Trading domes. Okay, so we can actually get rid of that trading dome. Any trading domes that we have, we can just straight up get rid of. And we will replace them with more useful farms. We have another one here. You're gonna go here. Get rid of that. And that's just the only other one. That's fine. Oh, Tamar's getting sketchily close. I don't like that. I don't like that. Not one bit. Go around. Just keep on working on these. Go here. You're gonna go here. I was successful. That's usually a good one, but would have been better earlier in the game, but that's fine. I'm actually going to ignore the promotion. Because now that we've done what we need to do, we are just simply going to go to another city. We're gonna go to Miam. Actually, rather, Nuri, I think, is already gaining sources. Yeah. Other cities, they have. That's Napata. So we need to shift that unit's focus over to Napata. Won't take us long. 1865. It'll go up closer to 2000. I believe it'll be closer to 2000. Or like 1970 or 1946. That's not bad. Culture victory is imminent. That is not necessarily going to remain the case, though. But we are pushing towards it. It's not necessarily an accurate
Better to
estimate,
fight for something.
because Shaka has full control of his position. I cannot, at the current moment in time, do much more than what I'm doing now. I am, at this stage, pretty much just min-maxing my position as much as I can. And continue going from there. Let's go ahead and chop that. We're going to try to get rid of that. be some of the last ones that we could build here. Look at the next turn. Now it's time to shift my focus into taking a lot of these down. I want to see if I can build stuff that I need. Worth a try. That's not in a position that's really useful. That's fine. Gonna continue filling out this area more. We have more stuff over here as well, so once we fill this stuff over here, we'll be looking pretty good. This could just go back down there. That'll get plenty of utility. This looks good. Okay, we're very much in a leading position here. I doubt Tamar will snipe this one now. We've used a bit of our tempo for it, but it's fine. We're just making sure we cover the bases for different victory types that are going to be happening. So that says 7 turns. Chaka is at 1 per turn. So as long as it remains at 1, we're in a pretty good spot. We're still okay there. Diplomacy, of course, that's 16. That's pretty close. Go chop there. Rid of that. Try to open up a lot of these tiles if we can. We need to immediately focus. That's the skies. Main source is 8 turns, that's fine. Got one there. That's unfortunate. Lost that unit. That one okay. That's ready to get their next turn. Time rock again. And the tempo that we're making here should keep us getting closer. Hello, I see somebody has joined the stream. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. Just hopefully trying to finish up this particular game. We are a good bit further into the stream here, but I'm just trying to grind this out, get this one done, so that way I can put this particular run to bed. We have done a lot of good things this episode here, so hopefully we can get this completed. Let's see here. That's Glant Rock. That one is available. I am going to go ahead and use that. Because if I can get that going, that'll actually give some tourism output to our opponents here. So that'll help. And I can't move any further. That's fine. Okay. Theodora rocking the one city, doing the literal one city challenge now. It was about to disappear, unfortunately, but I'm actually gonna want to see if Theodora has anything.
You can never.
Still 7 turns, making good headway though. I will need to potentially consider like chopping stuff. That's okay. So let's see. Heal. That's 4. a lot. I would rather get this built there. That looks fine. Otherwise, and then what we'll do is we will continue working our way through these. We're at 2063, so we are looking very good here. Drop that. Open up those tiles. Just kind of go through some of our tiles throughout the Empire and just try to get them set up if we can. Just makes things a little bit easier to get really pushing this victory push. And we'll go there and there. We're going to go here, build another one of these. We'll go there and chop. Go there and place. And so we can't build anything there. Okay, because it's floodplain. So that's good to know. I don't mind if I wasted a little time there. I just wanted to check on that and see if that was something I could do. It was not, but that's just, it's good to know. That actually, for the most part, finishes off most of what we could work on. The only things that we could do now at this stage would be to try to eventually go into the future tech stuff and try to see if we can find offshore wind farms, but I can't be sure exactly which one it's going to be in. I'll just have to go for nanotechnology just to open up this region here. That's fine. I don't mind having used those uses. That's not a big deal to me. We've gotten a lot of utility out of this position. Still looking good there for the culture victory. Science victory, still, I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on that. That's one per turn. Shaka's a good ways away, but if Shaka starts to get a bunch of projects done and really amps it up, that's gonna be when Shaka's likely gonna win the game. And then in Tamar's case, being the diplomatic victory leader, that's 16 out of 20. I just need to make sure Tamar does not succeed in some of these ones. So I'm gonna have to like really hard line with my soon-to-be 1300 diplomatic favor and make sure Tamar, who has 300, I outcompete her for that. So the main ones I'm just gonna have to really dump heavily into that, just to make sure that she does not win. The last thing we need is to lose by a diplomatic victory snipe. That would be absolutely terrible. Frustrating as well, actually. Drop that as well. We have cultural dominance over Nubia, so the last remaining civilization for us is, of course, as we can see, Shaka. So again, we're just continuing to push as much as we can. Shaka is still using the music censorship card because he knows if he had not been using it, I would have already won the game. So that's why I'm just being as aggressive as I am with this position, because it's just a good way for us to get positional dominance with it. Go there. Gonna go here. It's a very good one, and gets a promotion. That's an even better one. Okay. I think that marks like 13 or 14 6 stars this game, which is insanity. It is insanity. Alright. There's Cold Spiders. You are here now. Oh, that's Water Coast. Ah, that one did badly. There's Cold Spiders. Those ones aren't available. It's because I've done them before, but like 2,000 million years ago. Okay, so I'm gonna have to find somewhere else for that. I'll just take them to Ethiopia cities. And let's do disrupt rocketry. Civic one more time, and that's 14k, 21k. Those two are going to be a little too expensive for me to be able to go for, though they're going to be useful because of the tourism output. So it's kind of like a can I reach that particular one? This is one that would be pretty good tourism in each of the city's districts equal to the adjacency bonus. That's kind of why I'm trying to save my gold right now, because if I can get that one and get the other one soon, that would be a really good way for me to, like, try to consolidate the victory. We are getting there. A heck of a process to try to pull off the win, though. It's definitely been one of the toughest ones that I've had to go for. Specifically because of, like, just a very tough start, and also just having to navigate a lot of different setbacks and things happening. So, there's more uranium up there. Yeah, there's not much. Make our way over there. Finishes that off. 2153. Still 7 turns. We're 100 and let's see, 29. So we're 129 away. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. This position, it's becoming constrained. Because that 7 turns is extending a while. And it's just at this point, there's not much more that we can do. I mean, we have absolutely pushed a ton of different ways to get that extra position that we need for tourism. But again, it's just at this stage, there's very little else that we can do. We've done just about almost everything we could do, and we've done really well. You know, there's no discounting this game. This is no slight to what we've been able to do this game. We've done some pretty solid progress. So whatever happens, happens at this stage. That's the way I look at it. I'm proud of what we've been able to do, given how cursed of a game start it was. We've been able to come back, bring ourselves within close to a victory. So if I can pull this off, it's going to make it taste even better. And that's going to stay like that. Go ahead and just get another one of these going, just for the sake of potentially some extra yields. Looks good. Couple turns away from that. We did win it, so we did also get a nice bonus to tourism output. It's not much. It's a modest bonus, but potentially it's a bonus that could save us a turn or two for the victory, which, as we all know, every turn counts when it comes to victory types. When you're looking for a victory, if you can potentially save a few turns or a couple turns, it's enough to make a difference. Gonna make your way down this way. Head here. Pretty good one. That's not bad. Go here. Byzantium lost its final city. That's not too bad. I mean, I kind of expected that, so it's not a problem. Are you kidding me? It said I won and Tamar snipes it? Oh, that's bullshit. That's actual bullshit. Are you actually kidding me right now? Dude, that's actual crap. Said I won, it stopped, and then again, apparently you can get an overdrive bonus at the very end. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. That's the game's way of trying to say, hey, we're going to try to snipe this win from you no matter what, and I'm not going to let it happen. Because I'm about to absolutely dump truck diplomatic favor into everything I can to make sure Tamar doesn't win. I have to think, if I were the AI in this case, what would I choose? Stop that. Stop that. That's not useful. I'll go over there. I'm a little mad about that. Said we won. And, inevitably, rather, couldn't think of the word, ended up failing, which is really annoying. Put a lot of work into that one, so that's pretty frustrating. That it failed last second. We do still get tourism. We still get a good amount of tourism. It's not a lot, but that right there, the victory point right there, is really hurtful, though. That's a bit frustrating, to be absolutely honest. So it's done. You are going to go southbound. Still one per turn. Yeah, this is becoming a little bit more out of reach. Goes to 11. I need to try to get that promotion if I can and get successful ones to put pressure against yeah, so basically I just need to do that to get pressure against Shaka. And that's going to be like the only way we can get a little bit more presence there. Shaka's been really difficult. He is normally, most of the time, AI typically don't hold on to that music censorship card as much as he has, but he is in this case, and we literally cannot do anything. We've done everything we can, and this is just one of those things where it's like, yep, it's kind of a little unfortunate. I'd rather go to these. All right, well, let's see what these let's see what these choices look like. Maybe if there's one for tourism, I could go for that. Okay, so let me do a little bit of mathing here. So we have 2 for sculptures. It's 1 Mendes, 2, 3. So that's, let's see, 54, so that's 3. Portrait. Religious have 1. Portrait has 1. Religious has 2. Landscape has 1. Religious has 3. Portrait has 2. Landscape has 2. So, okay. So my choice is going to be between, let's see, and writing. How much writing do we have in place? Actually, I think it's probably going to be better if I just went to the government page here. That's 120. 94. So music might be the play. So pretty good amount. Tamar. I absolutely cannot let you win that. If I can make it happen, that would be good, because then forcing Tamar into a loss for that would just make sure I don't have to worry about Tamar trying to snipe the win. That's kind of what I'm trying to avoid happen. Duplicates of the Chosen Luxury, grant amenities. Please, Tamar, don't win. Please don't win. Please don't win. Please don't win. Please don't win. Tamar lost 2. Music is doubled. And sugar. Okay, that's fine. Tamar is down to 15. Awesome. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. That's not a problem. It's just Shaka that I need to focus on.
I never think.
Let's clear the screen a little bit. There we go. 2364 return, so we're doing well there. Realistically, as well as it can be, really, at this point. Yeah, us spending as much as we did for that is really critical, because that saved us potentially the game, and it also is providing us with even more tourism output. That extra 120 potentially is really, really going to be critical. Trade out the Shaka, we still do. Need to have open borders, though. That's going to be critical. So let's go ahead and get open borders with everybody. Right there, boom. So that's going to update that. That's going to allow us to get more of an output there. And we have the same kind of government, so that's got to stay that way. We've slowed that down, so that's good. You can go... let's see, whatever city is working on something of a spaceport project. None of the visible ones are, so we're okay. We'll just simply go to another one of the major ones, probably Alundi because it's his capital. And we'll just simply target that city to start. This is fine. We still have to be careful. This position is very much... it's tight. So we don't have a lot of leeway here, so that's why I'm trying to think about where and what we can move around. Good, that's a promotion available. That's going to help us a lot. We'll take that promotion, gets it up there. Try to bring these down a little bit. Governor titles available. Of course, we are just going to simply choose any of them. None of them really matter at this stage. We already have all the ones that we need. It's just extra. It's just extra stuff. And then research lab is done, so that's not too bad. A couple turns away from nanotech, so we'll see if we can potentially get offshore wind farms. If we do get a position that we can, then I'll just simply buy more of these builders that we can get and use that to our advantage. I'm going to go ahead and get that. There we go. That's going to be really helpful for us. Let's see. That has 2 charges, and we need to see what city is providing the most tourism, or at least the most potential yields here. So that is a 4 theater square. That's a 3 campus. That is a 6-4. I think it might be Akatakan. That's 3. 3, 3, 4. Yeah, it's going to be Akatakan, so I'm going to start dumping those uses into Akatakan, and then that's going to help that city gain even more. Do not have very much else that we can get any tourism out of. The city, it doesn't really matter what we do. It's 5 for now. Set over there. end our turn. We'll see where we are looking, what we're looking like afterwards. We're starting to make progress again. That's decent. Losing Suzuntis again. That's annoying because we don't have any way of getting envoy production other than what we have. Which is actually losing us tempo. It's a bit frustrating. Yeah, we lost another one as well. Damn. I'll go ahead and take a look at what we can work on for next turn. Maybe something like this. I could put this on over, let's see, over Public Works. We'll have a gander at that. Next turn, I'll be able to make that decision a bit more accurately. These going. That's being blocked off. That can simply go really anywhere at this point. There aren't that many places that can get utility out of it. We'll go ahead and pick that up for now. It's decent. And promotion. You already have Ghost 11 and Clam Rock, so that's fine. Oh, misclicked. Oh, it dies anyways. Oh, that's stupid. Dude, it's up to 180 now. Brutal. Try again. Okay. Of course you are, Monitor. Well, we've gotten as much use as we can out of that. Unless Shaka opens up his borders, it's unlikely we're going to be able to pull the win off.
Many rules. I never think of the...
Let's see if nanotechnology gave us anything useful. It did not. Alas. Game keeps saying that I have it imminent, but I'm not. It's unfortunately not as imminent as the game is trying to advertise it. Not as close as the game thinks it is. That's quite a bit away, unfortunately. While my passive tourism output is incredibly good, just right now with Shaka's position, I mean, he just... Even with this stuff here, he just has so many other things, like wonders and other things, with a very advanced civilization that it's just hard to compete against that. As we can see here, his civilization is massive. Massive. Has plenty of tempo. He has tons of wonders. That's a tough position to go against. You've done well. You've done quite well. Make our way around. Fortunately, those units got blocked, which means we're kind of SOL. in that regard. Of course, got our cultural dominance back over Nubia, even though it's not really going to do too much at this stage. There we go. It's looking good. Future Civic is available. We'll go ahead and get that one going again. And we're going to go ahead and at this stage, we're not in a position where we can make utility of that anymore. What we are going to do is put on Economic Union, get that commercial hub built up a little bit more with its yields. And then otherwise we have done everything we can. We just need to eventually get in the next, let's see, like 7 turns, 8 turns, we need to get more envoys put in some of these opponents, these other city-states. 3 there, 5. You're kidding me, dude. Alright, well, Monitory, or not Monitory, Amani, you're going over. Let's see, Anshan's got 15. It's a tough decision because the thing is by the time that gets there, it's going to give me a benefit, but then that's going to reduce the cost for that, so that will help. This will offset that loss. I need to get 2 into that. That's going to double mine, so that's going to give me 20. Then I need to get 3 into that. So I'll do 2 and 1. That's going to be the most effective. Voice of prayers, that's being... Oh, that's been destroyed. Okay. At this point, I'm going to probably start just kind of quickly speeding our way through some of our turns. Reason I say that is at this stage, there's very little I can do, so it's just going to be kind of auto-piloting, so I'm just going to basically hold shift and right enter, and it's going to basically skip the turn once I have everything done that I need. Get that extra output. We've done well, but Shaka's really done a great job of holding us. It's annoying because Shaka's actually made this way harder. He's actually fully stagnated our position just because of music censorship. That's how powerful of a card that can be. Because normally if you're trying to push for music censorship, or just in general music like rock bands, that's going to allow you to get closer to a victory much faster. If you're going against a player, like an actual person, this is what they would likely do. They would likely have that card on, and they would make it much harder for you to be able to get anything out of it. Granted, it does negatively impact your amenities throughout your empire, but that cost is much less than the cost of potentially losing a game just based off of rock bands going through your empire. Oh, drink of water. Okay. So as I mentioned before, I'm just going to start going through these turns a bit faster. Really nothing else that I can do other than just using the rock bands, really. Spiders. That's a 6-star, that's another dead unit. Yeah, I really can't do much more. I mean, at least I know Cold Spiders has been the stalwart unit this entire position here. I mean, it's very, very impressive that I've had a single rock band last as long as it has, let alone one that's been as successful as it has. So either way, I'm proud. I'm proud of what we've done this game. Hopefully this game serves as a good example for players to learn from, especially when it comes to trying to learn how to make a comeback against a very difficult start. Sometimes you just have a bad start location like I did, coupled with barbarians losing you 30, 40 turns of tempo, on top of also other issues that have happened, the game kind of just being difficult, things just not going the way it should. But either way, there's still a game to be played. And these are moments that are learning and teaching moments for the player. But you always want to be in a position to think about what you could do better, what you could do more efficiently. What can you do differently? For instance, I'm going to go to Glamrock, get that first promotion I'm looking for. And then once we have that first promotion, I'm going to go to Ghost to 11, and then try to do everything I can to do any types of upgrades and stuff that'll benefit this area over here. That's down to 6 turns. That's faster now. And you will come here. And then no, this week's got a lot. That's actually insane. Definitely one of the most impressive showings from any unit I've ever seen. Cold Spiders, this is a Hall of Fame unit for me. For my Civ 6 Hall of Fame, first thing that goes in there is this rock band right here. Because this rock band single-handedly has given me a chance to be able to actually go for a win here.
You can never plan the future.
This Future Civic again. We're going to go ahead and actually, while we're at it, we're going to kind of take a look here at things that we could do. Let's see, that's 2 turns. Future Civic is 3 turns. It actually is just enough turns away, so I'm going to leave this as it is just for the moment. Unless there's something else I could do. That would normally be good. Containment is the one I'm going to be putting on eventually. I'm probably going to put that on over like maybe like either Haul U or probably really anything that's not going to be giving us a lot of benefits, because right now it's just limited. Level up. Good. That does help. We can work our way down south a little bit more and maybe get some more utility out of that. Four turns. That's not accurate. So let's keep pumping out as much mini Theater Square festivals as we can. Every city that has the capacity to do so should be doing so. We are 1 turn away from getting that potential Theater Square in Giza. But what I might do, take Reina over to Giza so I can just insta-buy. So like basically what I'm going to do is just insta-buy a district here. The amount of gold that we have over 1,000 gold per turn. This will just be a way for us to kind of accelerate that process a little bit. Wait, hold on. I know you have to fix that first. Unfortunate timing. Make our way over here. Over there. I'm not going to go for that. And still 1 per turn. That's not bad. We're within 100 now. We're at 97 points away. fighters. Cell remains alive, that's good. Go to 11. We'll go here. Headliner's good, another promotion, that's not bad. We'll make use of that. Need open borders again. Oh, we need to have mutual open borders. Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's good to know now. I didn't know that. That's a blunder that possibly cost us the game. You have to have mutual open borders for that to actually count. Did not know that.
If you go on with...
Go ahead and address that problem. There. I'm also going to go ahead and do that with everybody else. That way, we get ourselves additional yields all around. I did not know you had to have mutual open borders. This is good to know, though. I have no idea about that. I thought you just had to have open borders with them just one way, but it's both ways. That's now a bit of information that now I know that I can apply to future games. But unfortunately, that's at the cost of this current game state, which is fine. I mean, that's just how it is sometimes. Next turn we get Future Civic, and I am going to play a trump card for this, so I will show very shortly that particular move.
You can never plan the future by the past.
There's Future Civic, and with that we get our 4 envoys. Now what we're going to do is play our trump card, which is, as I mentioned a little bit before, it is going to be containment. So we are going to go ahead and place on stage. Going to take off our gold, put on that. And we've got Kazugamu, so we're good there. It gives us our certainties back of 2 of the city states. We still have to get Akkad back. That's going to be out of the question for the rest of the game, unfortunately. But at least we tried. Yeah, at least we've tried. Propstar, Glamrock. Still has that music censorship card, unfortunately. So he's done a great job of blocking us off of that. Guess I'll just go to the United States stuff and do that, I suppose. To 11. We'll do this one. Top tier, good. That's within 11 tiles, so that'll help. That's still going up. I need to get 78 now. Failure. Crappy. At least with the open borders now being 100% confirmed now, I'm actually properly utilizing it. I can actually get what I'm looking for in terms of benefits, so that's good. At least I'm going to be getting a little bit better yields. It's not much at this stage of the game. It's pretty late, and it's fortunately a little potentially too late. It may be too late, actually, but we have done really well to get as far as we have, though. Okay. Let's be ready for next turn. Goes to 11. the game, though. Really? Really? That's great. That's great. It's fantastic. We're 64 away. Boost of tempo did help a little bit. Just trying to pull as much utility as we can with our situation right now as it stands. Lovely stuff. Get that placed, and I'll just simply buy that next turn and then bring Reyna back over. That's fine. Man, it's tough. $54. We're within 43 now. Shaka is like probably 60% of the way through in that particular one. Performance. Up around. Old spiders. Another 6-star. Beautiful. Old spiders absolutely being the clutch group that it has been. There we go. Also, I'll just see if we can get that extra tourism output. You know, every little bit counts. I've made my mistakes, but we have done well. So let's just keep pushing. Getting closer. Oh, we're within 20. Ladies and gentlemen, we are within 20. This is the closest we've ever been. Can we do it? Can we do it?
I'm a big laser believer. I really think they are the wave of the future. I never think of the future.
Oh, we are getting close, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting close. We are getting very, very, very tantalizingly close. Shaka is still 1 per turn. Shaka through this game. Again, this is kind of the thing with the AI, is their decision making isn't as like specific and planned out as a player's would be in many cases. Use that to your advantage anywhere and everywhere you can, as I have here in this game. That's an example of just, you do everything you can, just push on ahead. Another 6-star. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Future Civic, one more time. This time I will take a promotion just to test something. Here we do it. Or within 14. Ladies and gentlemen, we're within 14 points now. We're getting so close. Another 6-star. Excellent. We are still 14 away. Actually, 4 away. We are 4 away. We are 4 points away. This is beautiful. I'm actually so happy right now, dude. We pulled this off. Another 6-star. Holy crap, dude. There it is. Let's go, dude.
The worth of a culture is not measured by its accomplishments.
Oh, that's a dope.
But in how those accomplishments last and how they are remembered.
That was the most hard-fought culture victory.
The beauty that you have inspired our people to create
We've had some tough ones before over the years, but this
will ensure that our culture stands for all time.
Let's go, dude. I want to thank you all so much for being here throughout the series. I know the second episode, unfortunately, isn't available. Had a bit of a mishap on my part with some of the channel setup. Unfortunately, just made a mistake with the stream, so I couldn't really use it. But if you watch from the first episode and then go to the third, not too much happens in the second episode other than just dealing with deadly barbarians. But feel free to watch this progress. Watch this process happen. And the way we were able to evolve as a civilization to pull off this comeback victory. I want to thank you so much for watching. This has been a joy to do. This has been a tough one. And it's kind of made me enjoy Civilization 6 a little bit more as I go. But this has definitely been one of the toughest victories. But the most rewarding one. I have to say, though, I definitely have to say, Cold Spiders, that's Hall of Fame worthy right there. The greatest ever rock band in the history of rock bands, Cold Spider, right there. I'll get that tattooed if I have to. That is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful run. This has been fun. This has definitely been fun. Do one more turn. I want to go ahead and save the game state. That way we can always look back at this if anyone ever is curious and wants to know of anything or has any questions. I'm happy to go into this game state and answer them as we go. Shaka would have normally won this game. Shaka would have normally won this game if there was a player in that position and they had like 4 individual spaceports, and while I was damaging ones, I could strategize my position, and basically if I were him, I would have tried focusing on getting those science victory research projects, and that would have essentially given me a ton of progress. But alas, that's okay. 1003 over 990. Jaka wasn't able to pull it off. Well, I was. That's a good feeling. It's a very good feeling. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say this has been an absolute blast to do. I'm going to thank you all so much for watching, and I'd like to ask you to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making this and playing this. Thank you so much for watching. Speed DMN out.